Welcome to the Mile High City of Denver for Game 2 of our doubleheader on TNT. McNichols Arena is sold out for the 4th time this season as the Denver Nuggets play host to the Charlotte Hornets, the first of 2 meetings this year. Hi again, everybody. I'm Gary Bender. Well, the first game was the Admiral against the Shackman, and now in Game 2 of our doubleheader, 2 fine young centers in the NBA. Alonzo Mournings and Dikembe Mutombo, teammates at Georgetown. They squared off against each other last year 2 times, and after it was all over, Alonzo Mournings averaged 22 points, Mutombo 15 rebounds. And working with me is Hubie Brown. And Hubie, here we go, round 3 between these two.
Centers are always at the mercy of guards anywhere, Gary, and unfortunately for Mournings, he gets more catches. But what we're talking about here are 2 of the great young Turks that we have in the game. They're trying to crash into the top 5 centers in the league. Now you can see what they're doing. Take Mutombo. Right now, the points, he just does not get enough catches. He only gets 9 shot attempts a game. Now, but the rebounding at 12, he's 7th in the league. In the blocks, you can see where he is right there. That's 3rd in the league. And when you look at these 2 guys, you say, what's going to be the difference tonight? Well, Mournings goes to the foul line 10 times a game. That's 3rd in this league. Can Mutombo stay out of foul trouble?
Well, the Nuggets will be without the services of their forward, Alonzo Ellis. He's serving a 1-game suspension and also a $5,000 fine for an altercation he had Tuesday night in Utah with Tom Chambers. You look on the right, you can see Ellis delivered the first blow, and then Tom Chambers retaliated at the other end. He also is serving a 1-game suspension as well as a $5,000 fine. And so, Hubie, Tom Hammonds gets his first start tonight.
Tom Hammonds gets his first shot, but he's a veteran player and a high first-round draft pick back in the old days at Washington. But let's just look at what they're missing. When you say Alonzo Ellis, you're talking points, rebounding, and 2 shot blocks a game, and also your premier defensive forward to put on Larry Johnson. So this is a major loss for Denver.
You know, Charlotte had their finest season. They had their first winning year, the first year to make the playoffs. But you know, Hubie, they didn't stand pat in the offseason.
No, well, you know, the Kendall Gill situation really caused this. They go out and they make a trade for Hersey Hawkins. You get an all-star player. Now, Hersey is here with numbers under what he has done at Philadelphia. And you say, why? Look, he only gets 9 shots a game here. He's shooting at 54%, and he's shooting at 40% in threes. So you know the shooting is there. The catches and the shot attempts are not. Then you add Eddie Johnson, Leron Ellis, a free agent, Scott Burrell, a first-round draft pick. 4 of the top 12 guys are new.
Well, we talked about the center matchup. How about the point guards? Mahmoud, Abdul, Rauf, the former Chris Jackson, going against Muggsy Bogues. This should be fun to watch.
Well, I like it because in Muggsy Bogues, you have the premier assist-to-turnover guy in the league. Right at almost 5 a game for every turnover, and a stickler on defense. I honestly feel that if he gets after Abdul, we should have a banting night out in the back, 2 chickens in the backcourt, and then we throw it into the Bulls in the middle. It should be great here this evening.
Okay, the Hornets and Nuggets from McNichols Arena. Hubie and I'll be back to introduce the starting lineup. But after we take the break, we'll go back to Atlanta and Ernie Johnson.
Galley Weekage.
You mean Dr. Galakowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo, Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Bill Walsh for Sharp.
In sports, you'd better know where your X's and O's are. It's no different in business. You need a game plan. And Sharp's got winning game plans for your business. A booklet that'll help you find the right copier, like Sharp's high-volume duplicating system that's going to increase your productivity and reduce your operating expenses. And how Sharp, the #1 fax company, can show you a plain paper laser fax with the lowest cost per copy in the industry. So call 1-800-BE-SHARP for your winning game plan. Believe me, nothing beats winning.
Everybody hates to eat and run. We'd rather take it slow. But the way this life is going, gotta grab your food and go. And when all that running round catches up with you at last, get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster or more effective than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Imagination can take your mind to incredible places. For about $17,900, Jeep Cherokee Sport will make sure the rest of you gets there too.
A sold-out McNichols Sports Arena. Denver has won 3 straight here, and Charlotte has lost 3 in a row. Let's take a look now at tonight's Jeep Eagle starting lineups, and with Hammonds in there, what does that do to the matchup?
Well, you can see we're going to have cross-checking at the forward positions. Newman will play Rogers for the Hornets, but Rogers will probably play Larry Johnson. So we can see that. But the big matchups we said at the top, Mourning, Mutombo, and then Bogues and Abdul Rauf. It's really going to be, I think, a great show here this evening. Both teams are playing the passing game. A lot of things will happen.
Paul Mahalik, Ron Garrison, and Joe DeRosa, the 3 officials, are ready to go. This is the 4th sellout of the first 7 games for the Denver Nuggets. Mourning going up against his former college teammate. That ball tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be awarded to the Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte loves to run the passing game. They like to play up-tempo basketball. They have the power down inside with Mourning and Larry Johnson. But they are running more set plays this year than they have in the past.
Hershey Hawkins trying to hit outside. A big rebound by Hammonds. So he starts out very effectively, playing in place of the suspended Alonzo Ellis. Steal by Johnny Newman. And there's Hammonds doubling back. He's made 2 very good plays early.
Yes, he has. Gary, and it's good hustle. The big thing right here is that Denver is such a young basketball team, and that anytime that you have a young basketball team and you're allowing them to run up and down at such a high pace, percentage shooting becomes the #1 priority.
And they are not a good shooting ball club. Larry Johnson, who was 4 of 17 in the loss they suffered the last time out, misses there. So we've had a flurry of activity, but no one has scored as we have 11:21 to go in this first quarter. Rodney Rogers, he has the air ball, and both teams right now a little discombobulated.
Would you please check that backboard to see if it didn't shatter? All right. Nice move.
Alonzo Mourning against Mutombo. They practiced against each other all summer long, and he had to shoot it over Mutombo.
I thought Mutombo got a piece of him, but that's the respect factor when you put together as many years as he does in a top 3 in shot blocking.
Rodney Rogers doesn't get it. Hammonds follows. Good effort by Hammonds. He's still fighting, and he doesn't get it again. Right now, there must be a lid on that end of the basket as it's tracked down outside by Bryant Stipp.
See, the fans, they've been here and they've seen many a great team and many a great player. They love the intensity.
I love the intensity of Tom Hammonds.
Well, let's hope that he can maintain it because he's getting a good chance here to display his wares.
So on the board is Denver. They 2-0 lead. In it comes to Larry Johnson. LJ backing in on Hammonds. Nice reverse move. Mutombo comes down to the rebound. He had 24 rebounds in the game earlier this year against the Lakers.
Nice.
Mutombo. Sometimes Shuby looks a little raw, but he gets the job done.
He looks raw, but he's 7'2" with a long weight, a wide wingspan. He does not get many shot opportunities, and that's why you like him hustling in transition here.
There's Alonzo Mourning missing again. Again, he had to be aware of Mutombo at 7'2".
Well, you can see that the early strategy is to have Mourning turn, face, take Mutombo off, and hope to get him in early foul trouble. But he's played both drives, and he's done a nice job.
Newman going for the steal, and he fouls Tom Hammonds. Charlotte is 0 for 4. Let's go back on that move by Dikembe.
Now you see that in the transition, what they're going to try to do tonight, Denver, because of the high altitude here, mile high, you know that the fatigue factor comes in quickly to the visiting teams. Dan Issel told us today that what he wants to do is get the front court people to get out and run hard and try to tire Charlotte as much as possible, especially Mutombo versus Mourning.
We mentioned this is not a good shooting ball club, and Denver does not shoot well from the line. Last game they shot 59%. They're 70 for the year, 6.99.
And that is 25th in the league.
Tom Hammonds, who was a former #1 draft pick of the Washington Bullets, then he went to Charlotte, was waived, joined the Nuggets late last year, now in a starting role. Muggsy Bogues on the move, and he gets the Hornets on the scoreboard.
And one that he didn't get. And the little Muggs, I mean, did you notice the look on his face? Yeah. Come on, he stared down both officials.
Abdul Rauf against Muggsy, one of those matchups we talked about at the top of the show. Here's Rogers on the move, and Rogers is 0 for 3. Mourning comes down to the rebound. Here comes Muggsy. fun to watch this 5'3" product of Wake Forest. Out it comes to Mourning. Mourning has extended his shooting range. He can hit that shot.
But he always could. When he was in high school, he could make that shot. He had a great moves with his back to the basket. I saw him as a rising senior at the 5-star basketball camp many years ago, and he was coached well, and he came in totally prepared as an offensive player.
Shot on the way by Stitt. And here's a guy that Dan Issel is so excited about, Bryant Stitt. He was their second pick in the first round a year ago, out most of the year with an injury. Then we have a reach-in foul on the Denver Nuggets.
Both teams would like a beep-beep game. Both teams would love to score 130 here this evening. We have one team that shoots 50%, and the other team shoots 43%. The odds are not in the favor of the guys in white, but then again, anything can happen.
Now, the beep-beep is the road runners. That what you're alluding to. Rodney Rogers committed that foul just a moment ago. Here's Muggsy Bogues from outside. He needs to improve his shooting because they are not protecting against him. He'll double up on other people if he doesn't hit that outside shot.
Well, right now his shooting is down. He's only shooting 43%.
Stiff tries again. Tipped out to Mahmoud Abdul, the former Chris Jackson. And the Kimby comes down the rebound.
See, they don't need as many jump shots. They've proven that if they go down inside, they can get high percentage shots.
There's Rodney Rogers, their first pick.
No way Larry Johnson going to stop him down inside if he was just post up.
And coming in and taking a shot with Scott Burrell. Hammonds comes over, tries to block the shot, and commits a foul. Scott Burrell is a rookie out of Connecticut. He was picked in the first round, the 20th pick in this year's draft.
Well, they like his feistiness. Now watch as he attacks the rim here right now. Here it comes right there. You get the shot block, but the lower body over the shoulder is why the foul is called. Scott Burrell is a guy at the University of Connecticut. Sure, he scored 16, 18 points, but basically he was a defender. He was a great steal guy in there, pressing and trapping, and a good rebounder. And Alan Bristow told us today that he likes his feistiness. They want more intensity from defense and rebounding at that small forward position.
Burrell was out the first 9 games because of a bruised knee. Now getting some playing time. Charlotte is 2 of 8 from the field. On the other hand, Denver 4 of 12.
Well, give it up. Nice pass. See, Mutombo stopped or he would have had a layup.
Mutombo shooting from outside. Johnson has it tipped away by Rodney Rogers. 7:55 to go, first quarter. Denver with a 9-5 lead. You were talking about when you come in here with ball clubs, you'd go, what, 5.5, 6-minute stints before you get them out of there?
Right. It's difficult to keep a guy out there for 8 minutes, guy. And we're seeing some outstanding shot blocking, and that baby was sent home with authority.
I think Mourning wanted to send his former teammate a note that this is going to be a war before it's over. The foul on the break up the floor. Hershey Hawkins reaching in and committing the foul. That's the kind of thing we're expecting, though. These two guys going after each other.
Now just watch right now. We're talking about the third leading shot blocker in the league in Mutombo. Just that there. He got a piece of that. Came back in, got that. So he had 2 shot blocks. There's a third. So you're talking to a guy who gave it 3 times. Where were the other guys to help him out and get the rebound?
That's the reason he's third in the NBA in block shots. 3.85. Here he is backing in on his former Georgetown Hoya teammate and missing the hook. Out it comes to Bogues. Cutter. And going inside and being fouled is Hersey Hawkins. And Mutombo, or is it going to be Bryant Stiff?
It should be Stiff.
That's who it's going to be on. Stiff reaching in and committing the foul.
Yeah, Stiff wrote him down. Hersey Hawkins at Philadelphia was such a primetime scorer, but that's because Hersey could count on 15 to 18 shots every night. Here, he's only getting 9 a game, but the shooting is there, and he will get dangerous, be much dangerous as we move through the season.
3, 2, 1.
Meet the man who started it all. The Incredible Life and Times of Robert Ripley, believe it or not. 4:05 Eastern Saturday on TBS.
This is the Eagle Vision TSI. Pretty cool, huh?
Hit it!
Happy feet, I've got those happy feet. Give them a low-down beat, and they begin dancing. 'Cause I've got happy feet. 'Cause we've got happy feet.
I love this game.
Relive the most dramatic and memorable moments of 1993 in 9 one-hour specials. The Year in Review begins December 19th on CNN.
This is a homecoming of sorts for Alan Bristol, T.R. Dunn, and Bill Hanslick. They were on the Denver Nuggets team in 1985. Looks like a bunch of desperados there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it was a great team, and the guy in the middle with the shotgun, Doug Moe, when he took over as head coach for 9 straight years, they were in the playoffs. He was let go. They came in with Paul Westhead. They won 20 and 24 games. But here you have Issel, and you have Hanslick and Dunn, and then at the other end you have Dan himself, and then you have Mike Evans, who is a great three-point shooter, who is an assistant coach along with Gene Littles. Just a great night here for Dan Issel, and also the people. We have a sellout crowd and appreciation also of all of the fellows who are here this evening.
A lot of people say they're very impressed how Dan Issel has the attention of this young team, the youngest team in the NBA, the Denver Nuggets. Rauf averaging over 22 points a game. He's led them in scoring in 11 of the games thus far. Here is Stiff.
Well, you see, Muggsy Bogues will play him tight and jam him. I talked to Bogues during the shoot-around, and he told me that he was going to try not to give him any space.
That's got to help Rodney Rogers after missing those 3 shots earlier.
Larry Johnson is not a shot blocker, and he allows you to shoot over the top of him at will.
Mourning pulling it up from outside. Look at this hook delivered by Rodney Rogers.
Take it all the way.
Rookie, and he's fouled. Burrell commits a foul, and Rodney Rogers playing with a lot more confidence. He got up so slowly this year, went in against the Phoenix Suns, blocked a shot by Charles Barkley. Barkley came back and hammered him, and since then he's played with more confidence.
Well, you're going to see this is nice hustle. You can see that he's having difficulty getting the ball, but he understands that he should take it all the way.
You know, this guy was very confident coming in the league, and he said, I see myself as a cross between Barkley and Malone. I have the attitude, the inside game. He said, somebody's going to fear me down the road. But that was an awful lot of verbiage for the way he was playing earlier. But he did come back after that Suns game and have a 23-point effort.
Well, what they're hoping is that he will fulfill his potential. Yeah, you know, at draft time, come on, the guy weighed 265 pounds. Now he's down to 245. But he's only shooting 40% from the field and 67% from the line. What he has to do is back up the talking. Yep. Then everything will be fine.
Larry Johnson, nice drop step move inside, brings his own rebound, and it's rejected out of there by Mutombo. Mourning backing in now on Rodney Rogers. Johnson will challenge Mutombo, and he's got another one.
Now that's his 6th block, because he had 3 and 1, 2 there, and 1 earlier. Now they should have him for 6.
Whoa. Boy, those long arms. It's 7-2.
Are we playing 5 against 1 here?
I don't know. Reggie Williams had just checked into the ball game. Misses a shot. It'll go off of Denver. You know, Mutombo is really only a recent newcomer to the game. He's only played 7 years. He came out of Zaire, and some of the times he looks a little awkward, but can he block a shot? And there's going to be a foul on Williams reaching over Scott Burrell, as now Brian Williams will come to the lineup for the Denver Nuggets, the guy they acquired from Orlando, and he's coming off of his best game. He had 14 points and 11 rebounds in the last contest.
Well, they picked up 2 bulls here in Brian Williams and Rodney Rogers. And if both guys can start to feel at home, get a feel for this style of play, they are going to make big contributions. Let's go back to Mutombo here a second. With Mutombo and Ellis, you have 2 great shot blockers. This team can shoot 43% and still be in games because of the great defense.
Burrell hitting from the corner. Kenny Gaddison was checked into the Charlotte lineup. We weren't sure Gaddison would play tonight. He was having some problems with the back, but he's in the lineup. And Burrell is the other change thus far for Alan Bristol as it comes out to Robert Pack. This is his first game of the year. He just signed this week and gives it to Mutombo.
See, you like that because he will blow by. He's very difficult to defend off the dribble, and he'll give the ball up, and that will open up for Mutombo to get some easy scores here.
They miss Robert Pack. He really pushes the ball up the floor very well. Kenny Gaddison behind a double screen. Mutombo is playing so well in this early going.
Now Gaddison is playing with a severely injured lower back, and you can see he's having a problem elevating.
We were surprised in some ways he was going to play tonight. Robert Pack is fouled. Pack is a guy who last year averaged in double figures, though he was not a starter. He signed a 3-year contract this week, and yesterday was the first time he'd really practiced with the ball club, and now seeing his first action of the season.
Last year, he was the only the non-starter to average double figures. He averaged 10 points a game, and he does it with blazing speed. Nice pass.
Ryan Williams wasn't ready for that. He's going to have to adjust to Robert Pack.
Oh, that was right on the money, that pass.
2-on-1, back is Williams. Larry Johnson tried to go over the top, doesn't get the dunk. Up it comes the other end of Stiff, and Stiff.
Isn't it incredible in the NBA? You miss a layup at one end, they invariably score a layup at the other end. Now, Larry Johnson wanted a foul. If it was anything, it was an offensive charge. But you know you're not getting that call because the player was below the dotted line.
7-point lead now for the Denver Nuggets. 4:17 to go in the first quarter. Johnson baseline off to Kenny Gaddison. Gaddison with a pull-up and hits it. You know, he's the all-time leading field goal shooter percentage-wise for this Charlotte franchise, which is 5 years old, but been a very valuable banger for the Charlotte team. Pack goes in as it deflected. It's off of Charlotte. Let's go back to that play you were talking about on Larry Johnson.
Now, as this is given up, keep an eye on it right there. That was over the top of Reggie. No way are you getting a charge call or a foul in that situation. You've got to send that one home.
And as you mentioned, they converted at the other end. You pay for it. Larry Johnson, by the way, is 0 for 7 for the field tonight. Driving one-hander by Stiff, a little out of control. Rebound by Burrell, and out it comes now to Muggsy Bogues. Burrell's going to try a 3 from outside. Gaddison able to track it down. Into Burrell again. Nice pass to Mourning. Burrell plays like he has a lot of experience. He really is a very smart basketball player. The rookie out of Connecticut. And I think he is a little tired. He was looking over the side. These guys in the high altitude, you talked about it, UD. It's tough to play here. Williams tracks down the rebound.
See, Robert Pack, he must make that shot now. Now, we realize he's only had 1 day of practice, and now he's trying to play in this game. But what he must do is hit that 15, 18-foot shot.
Reggie Williams from outside.
Now, there's a guy who's struggling. He's only shooting 39%, and they rely on him to come off the bench and give them high performance, high-octane scoring.
Timeout by Charlotte. 3:03 to go. First quarter, 19-14 Denver.
So, Dave, what's happening at Wendy's?
We're making our new Big Bacon Classic.
Really?
I didn't know that. It's a whole quarter-pound of fresh beef, cheese, and lots of toppings.
How many?
3 big strips of bacon.
How many?
The new Big Bacon Classic with an order of Biggie fries and a big icy drink. You better come hungry.
Who's ready for dessert? Oh, no, thank you.
It was good.
Wendy's, another thing to love about the holidays.
Nobody's eating anything.
I wonder why.
You've heard all the analogies before. Think of it as caviar for the power hungry. Or think of it as
Gabriel's Wine and Spirits, the everyday price challenge. Compare prices on Crown Royal. At Don's & Bent's Liquor Barn, it's $19.99. Mike's at $18.99. Western at $18.29. To Gabriel's low price on Crown Royal at $16.99. If you find a lower price every day, we'll not only meet it, we'll beat it. Gabriel's service, price, selection. Why shop anywhere else? Call our special hotline number at 599-7700.
Mike's the first guy to ever explain life insurance in the way that we could understand it.
Making things clear is the part of my job I like best.
He showed us all of Nationwide's options and helped us choose.
What's the training? Seminars and updates? It just never stops at Nationwide.
I guess with life insurance, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And we know Mike.
Nationwide is on your side. Call Pat O'Quinn at 558-3478 or come by his office in the Colonnade.
Any publication, reproduction, or other use of pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Well, Hubie Brown, you talked about the altitude problems, and they want to remind the visitor when they come in here, they're playing 1 mile above sea level.
Well, what you do is you hit like a stone wall. In the old ABA days, you had to play here 6 times. We played each team 12 times, 6 at home, 6 on the road. Now, any coach who has coached here, from Larry Brown to Doug Moe, they understand that, and so does Issel. The big thing being that you try to run these teams. Well, when you're the visiting team, you try to shorten. If a guy usually is an 8-minute rotation, shorten it to 6 minutes, 6.5 at max. Get your bench guys in, giving them more short time exposure. And what it does is it will save you, and you'll have your legs when you get into the last 6 minutes of the game. Very important.
Tom Hammonds now reaches in and commits a foul on Alonzo Mourning. Boy, you look at the shooting in this game. 26% by Charlotte, 38% by Denver.
Well, Charlotte is there because Mutombo has blocked 5, but we know he has blocked 6 because he got 3. We showed the 5 back on 2 replays, 3 at one, 2 in the other, and then he got 1 in the first minute.
You don't believe the statistician?
No, I don't believe him.
Okay.
Mainly because we are a Mutombo fan club. All right.
We'll get that corrected, I'm sure, before the night's over, or we will not be able to live with Mr. Brown the rest of this game.
Alonzo Mournings' game, you got to give him a ton of credit. He's averaging 10.5 foul shot attempts a game. Mutombo knows that he's in a battle this evening to stay out of foul trouble. Now you say 10.5, where does that put Mourning? Well, in the league right now, he's 3rd behind David Robinson and Karl Malone. Karl Malone usually wins this title every year. Now, this is interesting because Mourning is so dangerous, and then he also goes to the foul line, and he shoots a nice percentage on the foul line. 79.5 right now, right around 80% for a center.
Well, he's 2 for 2 tonight. 19-16 Denver. Boy, Muggsy Bogues, you got to protect the ball at all times. He'll steal that ball right down on your shoe tops. He's back now, backing in on him. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 2:37 to go in this first quarter. Reggie Williams, who started the first 6 innings, then came to Coach Dan Issel, said, I'd like to come off the bench. He thought he'd be more effective. That basket will not count. Foul going inside, and that will be the 15th foul against the Charlotte Hornets.
Nice win by Boston. Nice win by Boston. Good win for Phoenix.
Boy, Kevin Johnson, a big jumper with 2.2 seconds left in that. They've won 2 games back-to-back by 1 point on the road.
Well, how about the visiting teams tonight? I'm happy for Atlanta and Lenny Wilkins doing an outstanding job. But Milwaukee and Chicago also win on the road today.
You believe Atlanta's won 10 in a row?
Playing excellent basketball because it's coming at the defensive end. That's what Lenny has been preaching since the first day of camp. He did it at Seattle. He did it at Cleveland. He'll go from the defensive end first, and then they'll work everything out at the offensive end. See, Rodgers right now could have a big game here. Right? They don't have anyone to play him.
Lonzo goes up, and Brian Williams commits the foul. Williams has played very aggressively. He's come in here. He's been a terrific addition to this team. As you know, last year and his previous years in the NBA, he's had some clinical depressions. He's also had a broken hand. And they traded Todd Litke along with Anthony Cook over, and they are very happy to have the former Arizona Wildcat.
Well, Dan Issel made a very strong statement. He said, all I know is he's on time for everything. He's terrific. He's an excellent practice player. He gives us good size at center or big forward on the backup unit. Right now, he just needs to get his legs and get back into the swing of the game. He was an outstanding talent at Maryland University. When he came into the NBA, he's had his medical problems. But the talent is there. 6'10", well put together, long arms, and he can score for you. Play 2 positions.
Well, we talked about Mourning being a good free throw shooter. He gets 1 of 2. He now has 9 points in the game. Off it comes to Reggie Williams. He's the elder statesman on this team. 29 years of age. Stick, a nice recovery. Blocked by Alonzo Mourning. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Mack getting a lot of playing time. They're glad to have his ability to push the ball. He's a leaper, too. Very quick, as you mentioned. Rodney Rogers from outside. The shot not going that well for Rodney Rogers. He now is 2 of 6 for the night.
Will you please find someone who it is going for? Come on. All right.
There it is. Mourning hit one. There's the one you're looking for. He has 11 points in this game. 11 of the 19, and we're tied at 19.
Right now, Denver, if you think about it, 5 shots inside the paint, elevated, going for layups.
And stiff.
Good strip that time by Hersey Hawkins.
Up it comes to Muggsy Bogues. Beautiful pass to Gaddison.
What a pass. Now that's what you call threading a needle.
Yes,
Gary.
sir. Muggsy is 4th in the NBA in assists, 10.4, well ahead of his pace of last year, 8.8. Pack a little out of control. Gaddison's able to save it. Gaddison's put some quality minutes in this game. Hersey Hawkins from outside, not there. He's not shooting that well. In the last 2 ball games, they've shot less than 40%. Now down to 50% for the year. 1 minute to go, first quarter. 21-19. Charlotte with their first lead of the ball game as Williams ducks in. Off it goes to Williams. He missed the slam.
So what else is new here? I mean, if another guy with a white uniform elevates and goes up, I mean, it's just miss after miss after miss. And you can't blame them for lack of intensity. I mean, they're really hustling, but the ball will not go down. Anytime you're in traffic and you dunk with 2 hands, send it home. When you go driving in and you elevate and you're in a crowd, please protect the basketball and light up. They have missed now 7 times below the dotted line on an elevation where they should have 7 scores.
31% for Charlotte, 32% for Denver. Dell Curry coming off a strong game the last game. We had 11 points in the 4th quarter. He really came on strong. And Curry gets in a shooting streak. Look out. 23-19 Charlotte. There's a steal attempt by Curry. And Curry back-to-back baskets in the waning seconds of this first quarter makes it 25-19. Dell Curry, when he gets hot, he can shoot you in a ball game in a hurry.
One thing you know that he's not going to do is go to the basket. So the guy who is playing Curry should always stay with him. Any pass inside, do not leave him in double team. Stay at home.
Pack duckied inside. Nice. Beautiful creation that time to Stiff, but he is fouled.
Thank goodness he got fouled and he's going to the foul line, because once again we had a nice drive because Pack has gone by Muggsy Bogues now on 4 occasions since he has come into the game off the dribble. He's delivered beautiful passes on the baseline, and he is getting no assists, okay, because guys cannot complete the play right now.
Good free throw shooters, 81% on the year. So Brian Stiff has come on in the last 10 games. Look what he's shooting there, almost 54% after starting out 4 for 31.
He's a heady player. He's one of the real bright stars here for the future. No doubt about it. He has all-star qualities. Plus, he is a quality person. At Virginia, he was MVP of the NIT when they won it. He was MVP of the Orlando Tryout Classic. He really is blessed with a lot of tools. Last year, he was injured.
Muggsy Bogues racing the clock, had a good crack at it as his first quarter comes to an end. 25-21. Dikembe Mutombo with 5 blocks and 5 rebounds. When he went out of the game, though, Charlotte started to make a move, and they lead 25-21. We'll be back. Quarter number 2 in just a moment.
The voice spoke. It said that he would guide me in battle.
No bullet could kill him. No army could capture him.
Hold your ground!
Geronimo, the legend as never before told. Premieres Sunday at 8 p.m. on TNT.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
This may seem like any other day, but it's not. Because now people will be able to talk to one another in a brand new way. That's because across the U.S. and Canada, leading cellular communications companies have joined together to create MobileLink, a new standard in cellular service. So now, whenever you need to stay in touch, MobileLink will make it as simple as a phone call. MobileLink.
Hello? I'm glad you called.
It's simply the way to communicate. To order, call 1-800-995-4000.
Behold, a legendary holiday feast for 4. A plump, juicy Colonel's rotisserie gold chicken and 10 tantalizing side dishes to choose from, like garden rice with tender vegetables and macaroni with cheddar cheese. Get your 2 favorite large side dishes, 4 cornbread muffins or biscuits, and a whole Colonel's rotisserie gold chicken, just $10.99. A special holiday offer only at KFC.
KFC?
KFC. Happy holidays from KFC.
Denver, Colorado, just east of the magnificent Colorado Rockies. A beautiful night here in the Mile High City. 25-21. Well, the teams have not been shooting well, so we're going to try and see if these ladies can improve.
Now, these ladies have the right idea. If you notice, they take it with 2 hands and they go strong, and that lady is so confident she just dropped it in. And you have to love this. This is great. Ups. Ups.
Yeah,
you know what, though? She had a rubber band, and it's coming right back into her hand.
What tenacity. Well, to show you how poorly they've been shooting in this first quarter, Charlotte shot 34%, Denver 32%. Look how many shots, though, Charlotte had. 29 shots in that first quarter. Rebounds, Denver's got the best of that, 20-14. Denver has 4 turnovers. The Hornets did not turn the ball over.
Yeah, but the guy in our picture right now is sending so many things back that it's become difficult for Charlotte to shoot a high percentage. Denver just must regroup. They have to be happy with the shot attempts, the high percentage that they're getting, because everything is in the paint.
Abdul, who has not scored in this ball game, comes back in and taking it inside is Rodney Rogers, and he is fouled by Johnson. Even though Rodney Rogers is not shooting well, 2 for 6, he continues to force the issue, try to take it inside.
See, I would continue to go to him, and I would put him on the block, because Larry Johnson does not get out and deny. Larry Johnson playing with a lower back problem, which he picked up this summer in August. Everyone is talking about the fact that he does not have the explosiveness anymore. His scoring is down. His rebounding is down. And Mike Jaminski made a great point to me today. He said he's only seen him dunk maybe 2 or 3 times. So you know the power is not there in his legs. And the other night against San Antonio, he scored 9 points for the first time in 89 games that he did not get double figures. So I would post Rogers. He's bigger than him and he's wider, and let him take him to the basket.
El Curry from outside, and Curry has it going. That's a 2, 27-23. They talk about Larry Johnson's injuries having a bulging disc and a bruised nerve. So that left leg, I guess, is about 30% efficiency. Here's Reggie Williams ducking inside. Pretty good defense, and then a spin move. He missed it. Good hustle inside by Mutombo. 27-25, Charlotte by 2.
You're the home team, though. You're the home guy coaching the home team, Dan Issel. You're happy. You're getting great shots.
That'll be over the back. Eddie Johnson now is coming to the Charlotte lineup, and Alonzo Mourning will come in. Percy Hawkins will sit down. So we have Johnson and Tony Bennett will coming in at the first opportunity. Muggsy Bogues, Mourning, Larry Johnson, and Del Curry. Abdul Rauf, as we mentioned, has not scored in this ball game thus far. He's only taken 1 shot. And it goes to Hammonds, who played so well in the early going. And it goes to Tom Hammonds. That's overpassed that time, and the Mourning comes up with it.
Cardinal rule of basketball: never leave your feet to pass. Only leave your feet to shoot first, then possibly pass. He got caught up in the air, no place to go.
Eddie Johnson, the former Seattle Supersonic, coming over in that trade with Dana Barros. Barros was sent on then to get Percy Hawkins from the Sixers. There is Bogues missing again. Again, he's got to start hitting that shot. Mourning, nice left-handed roll. It's not going to go. And stolen by Muggsy, and then he stepped over the end line.
Muggsy Bogues' man, like always, is leaving on any post-up play and double team. They are immediately finding Muggsy. Now, last year he shot 45%. This year he's struggling at 43%. But at playoff time last year, he played big, and he did an outstanding job. And that's the reason they lost 4-1 to New York in the second round, but they were right there in every game.
Reggie Williams from outside, so he's hit a couple from outside.
Well, you have to play Reggie. He's not going to the basket. He's going to spot up. He and Curry are 2 guys that play outside the 15 feet.
Even at 27, out it comes to Tony Bennett, the second-year man from University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, and he gets a 2. 29-27.
When you play the stand-up spot shooters, you always go at them, hug them, and say, listen, if you're going to beat me, you must put the ball down on the floor and go to the basket. I want to see how many foul shots you're going to get at the end of this night.
Eddie Johnson commits a foul, and Dan Issel wants a 22nd timeout. And so Denver will take that. Dan Issel with a team that is so young, the youngest in the NBA. Reggie Williams, the elder statesman, at 29 years of age. That is young.
Well, Dan came in with the idea that he thought that you could play wide open style basketball. But what happens is that anytime that you do have the young players or a team loaded with young players, you still must be able to get the basketball to your 3 premier scorers. And when you do that, they can get the shots.
There's the new additions as Dan Issel has made some changes. Robertson has not played yet. He's on the injured list with some altitude sickness problems as well as a lower back problems. But we've seen Williams, Randall, who they just signed. And here is Alonzo Mourning ripping it down after the missed shot. Curry off to Bennett. Bennett with a 3 from outside. Rebound, Eddie Johnson. EJ will come back out. And a reach in by Reggie Williams, and they're going to say it'll be Charlotte's basketball. 9:34 to go. First half, 29-27. Charlotte with the lead. Denver, who has won 3 in a row here at McDickles Arena, and 4-2 for the season. Last year they were a good home team, could not win on the road. Charlotte in this game is 0 for 4 from the 3-point land as Johnson drives in. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 4 seconds. Larry Johnson fouled away. Rodney Rogers is in his face, and Mutombo with the rebound. Again, he didn't have that elevation you were talking
the thing
about.
is that he's not going to the basket either, Gary.
And Abdul Rauf is fouled by Tony Bennett. The comeback player of the year, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, the former LSU standout. He came back to average 19 points last year after the season before having only 10 points a game. He lost about 20 pounds and got some of the quickness back.
Well, you have to look at what he's doing this season. He's definitely the scoring leader of this team. He's 11th in the league in scoring at 22 points a game. And you can see the gradual elevation from 10 to 19 to 22. But the big thing is that he's second in the league in foul shooting at 94%.
He at one time, Hubie had hit 81 in a row. He hit the last 59 of last season, went to 81, which broke Dan Issel's record at 63 here in Denver.
Well, last year he was only second to Mark Price. Last year he shot 93.5, and that's saying something. The young man, you know, and the thing about it is he's so fragile. I mean, you look at him, he only weighs 155 pounds.
Curry has the stroke tonight. You can see he wants the basketball as he has hit now 8 points, coming in and hitting 2 field goals in the second quarter. Abdul Rauf, and that is the kind of shooting you expect from him.
But if you notice, he didn't get anything off the Bugs in their first quarter, and he's getting it off Bennett because Bennett's not getting to him fast enough.
Curry gets the basket, and he's fouled as well, as now Stiff will come back in to the Nuggets lineup. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Hubie and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. So a chance for a 3-point play now for Curry. Del Curry is a guy who averaged more points than anybody in the league that was not a starter. He led all the 6 men in scoring last year. And he's one of those guys, when he gets hot and starts to shoot it, he is fun to watch.
Oh, Gary, throughout his career, 7 years, he's a 48% shooter, 84 on the line, and also 36 in threes.
Mutombo tries to horse it in. Eddie Johnson with the rebound. Curry will pull up again, a 3, and Johnson with the rebound. Kicks it out to Bennett, and Bennett will try a 2, and it's not there. Mahmoud on the move. Up it comes to Stiff from the corner, and neither team shooting well. It's still a struggle. 39% for Charlotte, 34% for Denver.
That was a bad pass. I mean, that was a behind-the-back pass in traffic.
Stiff on the move, rejected by Mourning, followed by Tom Hammonds, and he's fouled. Great effort by Mourning, but then Hammonds came back and recovered the ball, and Mourning eventually picks up the foul.
Oh, that was a beautiful play by Mourning. Now, Stiff said, I'm taking this one right into your face. Alonzo sends that one back. That's what we told you. He's 6th in the league in shot blocking, but when he recovered, he definitely caused the foul right there. It's a strong move. Always take it into the chest of the shot blocker. That's all right. He got that one, but he didn't get the second one.
Tom Hammond's great work ethic. Also, the other thing that Dan Issel likes about him is his leadership ability. And of course, with the starting call tonight, because Alonzo Ellis suspended because of the altercation he had with Tom Chambers Tuesday in Utah. As Brian Williams comes in for Rodney Rogers.
When you put Alonzo Ellis in the mix here and say 13 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks, you can see how much he has missed this evening.
Yep. Especially he's been playing much better in the last 5 games. Curry misses, tries to retrieve. He's able to save it in, and it'll be off of Denver.
You're coaching Denver. The shots are going up from outside by Charlotte. The balls are rebounding long. The Charlotte guards are getting all the rebounds. Right now, Denver doing a very poor job, A, blocking out the shooter, and B, going back inside to get the rebounds.
Paul Mahalik overruled on the play. He says it's Denver's basketball. Hammonds from outside, rebound by Johnson. He's playing hard, but they just aren't able to hit their shots this far in this game. 7:17 to go in the first half. Johnson inside, blocked by Mutombo. And
Tough angle on that one. Without the replay, and you know that I've been a big fan of this guy Mutombo tonight. But just watch this. That ball is on the way up. No way. No way. That should have been his 7th block.
Wow. As an end result, it's 36-32. Charlotte.
Little trapping here by Charlotte in the backcourt.
Illegal defense, the warning against the Charlotte Hornets. Boy, Mutombo, though, has really made his presence felt. As you could see the way they were swinging across that lane, knowing he was nearby.
Well, so that's why we say you have Mutombo with 4 block shots a game, and then you add Ellis at 2, that's 6. You can understand they shoot 43%, but their opponents only shoot 43%, so you can stay in games, Gary, with the young basketball team.
Move from outside, not there. Hammonds with the rebound. The effort of Tom Hammonds has been superb, but he throws it away there. Hammonds, Mutombo, Brian Williams, they've all played hard, and we're going to take a break in the action. 6:45 to go in the first half. Charlotte leads by 4.
Four-wheel drive, 175 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo. It's a vehicle some of you have been waiting for a long time. The Isuzu Rodeo, practically amazing.
Gabriel's Wine and Spirits, the everyday price challenge. Compare prices on H&H Bourbon. At Don's & Ben's Liquor Barn, it's $15.99. At Mike's, it's $15.99. Western is $13.99. To Gabriel's low price on H&H Bourbon is $12.99. If you find a lower price every day, we'll not only meet it, we'll beat it. Gabriel's. Service, price, selection. Why shop anywhere else? Call our special hotline number at 599-7700.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. That's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
And we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
Call Ed Emmons at 493-3081 or come by his office in the courtyard.
Charlotte leading Dan Issel's Nuggets by 4. Before the game, we asked Coach Issel what it's going to take for the Nuggets to get into the playoffs.
I think the biggest thing is we have to learn the professionalism that it takes to win on the road. We had the biggest discrepancy between home wins and road wins in the entire league last year. We can hold our own here in McNichols in Denver. We have to win more road games to be able to make the playoffs.
And this graphic will show you they were effective at home, but won only 8 games on the road last year.
Well, you try to get that across the young teams. You've got to win your home games, whether it's high school basketball or college basketball or NBA, when you have as many young players as Dan has at his disposal. Well, when young players go on the road, they don't get the calls. They do not have a superstar player here to get the call for you in the last 2 minutes of a close game. So last year, they only win 8 road games. And that's what he's talking about. But this year, they are in the games, and they have won 2 already, so he's hoping for a good second half.
3 seconds in the lane. Larry Johnson with a double and triple pump inside. Took too much time. Good defense that time by Denver.
See, Larry Johnson is looking from Matumbo. There's no doubt about it. He's not worried about his man. He's worried about the shot block coming from the other side.
6:23 to go now, first half.
Oh, I like this.
Second turnover against Charlotte in the ball game. Backing down now on Stiff. They double on him. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
See, the ball rotation was poor out of the track.
Abdul, you got to respect his range. He can trigger those threes in a hurry.
Now he's 7 for 24 on the year. But you've got to get up and play him. Last year he shot over 35%.
Eddie Johnson, who's been playing some inconsistent minutes, doesn't get it there. Rauf challenge LJ, follow tip by Matumbo. Good hustle by Dikembe to get down there and follow on that one.
Tonight, Dan Issel has got to say, take no layup for granted. All right, anybody goes to the basket, you play it like the guy who's going to miss the shot, and then all of a sudden you get 3 guys banging the offensive board.
And so the Nuggets have fought back, and they lead by 1. Alonzo running left-handed hook. Nice shot by Zoe.
Now that was a big-time extension to get that shot over the top of the outstretched hands for the block.
I asked Alonzo, I said, when you and Dikembe play tonight, is there anything you can surprise each other with? He says, absolutely not. We've seen it all in the summer against each other. As Abdul Rauf now is starting to get hot, and that could really lift this Denver team.
If you notice, he's just taking Bennett off the dribble with one crossover to Shabazar.
There's Mourning, that shot that he loves at the top of the circle. 40-39, Charlotte by 1, inside 5 minutes to go in the first half.
See, there it is again. There's that crossover.
Dikembe Mutombo, is that too far out for him? And
no, absolutely.
Follows, and he is fouled. That's not his shot.
No, Gary, and that's a good call by you. See, Mutombo should have put it right back to Abdul Rauf because he was open, glowing right to the basket for a give and go.
Let's go back and pick up Mourning again. You were talking about this move over the middle.
Yeah, I appreciate the extension right here over the top of Mutombo. You see that? That is a great move. Plus the hold off with the forearm. Now, right now, Mutombo's going to lay off of him. He'll give him that outside shot. Keep him out there because he must play back at the foul line so he can help at everyone penetrating low.
Substitution now. Hawkins coming in, Burrell coming in. You can see Hornets scoring. Alonzo Mourning with 15 points. Rest of the starters with 3, but the bench contributing. A lot of that's Del Curry, who came off and shot very well. Hammonds hit the first free throw. 40 all, 4:46 to go in the first half. Hammonds gets the second. So both these teams, even though they're not shooting well, playing hard. 34% now for Denver, 38% for Charlotte.
That's a good move by Bristow by bringing Muggsy Bogues back in the game.
Hawkins into Alonzo Mourning. Tom Hammonds had a hand on it.
He did.
3-on-1.
Give it back.
Beautiful pass by Mahmoud to Bryant Stiff. Boy, Mahmoud does some things that get your attention out here. 3-point lead now for Denver. We see Hawkins very quiet in the game, and he's going to be fouled by Bryant Stiff.
Good call that time.
That'll be the second on Bryant Stiff.
Well, what's happened is that Bryant Stiff is following Hawkins on all of the screen downs. And every time that Hawkins sees that, he's reading the defense, and he's curling right into the middle of the floor. So he's catching Stiff behind him.
Hey, Hershey Hawkins has 1 point. He's 0 for 2 from the field, so he's been a non-factor in the early going. Here is Hawkins. Last year led the Sixers in scoring. Kick out to Bogues. That's a shot he's got to bury, and he did.
The other good point is that Larry Johnson is getting the ball out quickly against the double team.
Reggie Williams takes it in. Now, Reggie Williams has been struggling. We mentioned that with his shooting, but he's taken the ball inside a couple of times very effectively. 45-42 Denver. Former Hoyas against each other. And I mean against each other. Mutombo came away the better for that one.
Well, Mourning tried to use the body weight and step into his chest, but he did not move Mutombo on that one.
Hawkins looking for his first field goal. Shot clock expired as that shot missed. Out it comes to
there he is.
Williams. The step and their transition offense now working very effectively.
If they'll just rebound and kick the ball out, they can catch Charlotte in the 2-on-1, 3-on-2. It is there, Gary, but it has been there ever since Denver has had a pro franchise. In the ABA and the NBA, they keep on running. They're accustomed to the altitude, but their key is they must hold you to one shot and make the long pitch out.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives, and by EA Sports, makers of real sports video games. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
The new four-wheel drive 175 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo. It's a vehicle some of you have been waiting for a long time. The Isuzu Rodeo, practically amazing.
You never know when the blitz is on, but if you don't pick it up on time, you're looking at a 300-pound Sandman. Madden NFL 94 for Sega Genesis and Super NES. Full season schedule and bigger, faster players ready to tuck you in. If it's in the game, EA Sports. It's in the game.
The people of Care know that there are thousands of families around the world who face starvation, who need clean water to avoid fatal disease, and who need the tools to learn to help themselves. But as the NBA's Dikembe Mutombo has seen in his homeland of Africa, a little care can make a world of difference.
Show that to you, Care.
Oh, he just blew the whistle.
47-42 as we come back to the action. The Nuggets with the advantage. Denver has 8 fast break points. As you look here, how they're getting the ball out.
Right, they're getting the ball out quickly and they're getting the ball down the floor. Now we're back into live action here, and the big thing right now is to emphasize getting the ball out quickly. You're getting the mismatch. We're seeing Charlotte in very poor transition defense.
Reggie Williams forced that shot, then tried to follow up, knocks it out of bounds. One of the big stories in the second quarter has been Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. He didn't score in that first quarter. He scored 9 in the second. Starting to get that shot from outside to find the range. 47-42. 2:38 left in the half. Alonzo, this time to the right hand. He traveled with the ball. I tell you, Mutombo could change things.
Yeah, well, he's not only changing it with the shot block, but he's also changing it with his body strength. Now, twice now, Mourning is trying to bang him out of there with the 255 pounds and then make his move. Unfortunately for Mourning, he has not moved Mutombo either time. It's strength matching strength, and it has forced him into a travel, and the previous time to a bad shot attempt.
Charlotte now with 4 turnovers, all of them this quarter. Tom Hammonds turn around, Mutombo and Mourning go up. The 2 big guys battle, and it's going to be off of Mourning.
Right now, Hammonds and Rogers must understand that they do not need a fadeaway jump shot. When they go into them on those post-ups, they have got to take the ball, just put down a power move, a drop step move, or a dribble. You can get to the basket for a high percentage shot.
Nice change in midair that time by Rauf. Hammonds, by the way, has 11 rebounds in this ball game. His career high is 12. Larry Johnson from outside, a minute 56. Rebound, Burrell. That's what they talk about. He really is tough and aggressive inside.
The big thing missing in the Charlotte game is the fact that they are not a great offensive rebounding team. They only average 12 a game. That's right down near the bottom of this league.
All of a sudden, Mahmoud has found the range. He has 11 points, all of them in the second quarter. What a difference he can make in this team if that continues to happen. Percy Hawkins very quiet into Larry Johnson. Kick out to Bogues. Bogues ducks in, didn't want the shot. Mourning, they overpassed it. Reggie Williams with the steal.
I'm surprised that Muggsy is not taking it to the basket a little bit more.
Look at Reggie Williams, and that'll count, and Burrell commits the foul, and Reggie Williams, baseline to baseline after the steal, has a chance for a three-point.
Feeling it ever since he came off the bench. You know that he's going to get his shot attempts, but in the open floor, they allow him to take it all the way to the basket. Now, he has had this move 3 times since he's come off the bench in this first half. And the guy who's playing him has yet to make him change hands. He's taking it with his left hand. You know it's a favorite move of his right now. You've got to get him to change direction. You might get a little help on the inside.
Reggie Williams played high school basketball at Baltimore Dunbar, as did this guy, Muggsy Bogues, and of course the late Reggie Lewis. What a program Bob Wade had, all those players coming off that high school team.
Yeah, you also add David Wingate to that group.
He will be back soon. He's out with a knee surgery, as Mourning forcing the boards and getting one to go. 52-46 Denver.
Right now, the 3 perimeter guys, Rauf, Reggie Williams, and Stiff, have got to get on the defensive board and help out. Because what's starting to happen now is Charlotte is crashing the offensive board, getting the second shot and scoring.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Tumble getting the ball too far out. He's very awkward when he gets the ball in the wrong place. Rebound Johnson. They almost threw it away. 31 seconds left in the half. Scott Burrell, baseline. Larry Johnson will kick it out to Alonzo. And he tried to hit Burrell inside. Instead hit the glass, and Reggie Williams with a slam.
You notice as this half is moving along, any pass now that's starting to go out, what has happened? It's a 2-on-0, 1-on-0, 3-on-1 fast break.
Coming up at halftime, the Reebok halftime report, and Ernie Johnson will be visiting with Hakeem Olajuwon. They had their winning streak snapped tonight after winning 15 in a row, and he'll be visiting with Olajuwon. And we have a foul inside after the missed shot. And Denver, who had lost the lead late in that first quarter, with a 54-46 advantage now, and really starting to take a little control of this game. We'll also have highlights from the Rockets-Hawks game, the Spurs and Magic. And Hakeem, what a start for the Houston Rockets this year, Mr. Brown. They were impressive winning the Madison Square Garden.
Let's go back to last year. They ended the season strong. When you think about it, they won like they were 41-11. They added 15 wins, so they were 56-11 in regular season games. Now that's a tribute to the coaching staff. Rudy Tomjanovich done a terrific job. Loses out in Coach of the Year last year by 1 vote to Pat Riley, and then Hakeem Olajuwon, who battled last year and in many quarters definitely was the MVP last year, and he's off this year with numbers that are absolutely staggering.
And so Mahmoud Abdul had a strong second quarter. 11 points. His shooting from outside got Denver really rolling in this game. They have a 55-46 advantage. They got their shooting up to 40%. Hakeem Olajuwon with Ernie Johnson when we come back. Denver by 9 as we get ready for the second half, and Denver trailed after the first quarter 25-21, but then they got a remarkable second quarter from Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and also Reggie Williams coming off the bench.
Yeah, but we knew that the fast breaks were there, Gary. So everything is right in place. But let's just look at the staggering shock. Larry Johnson and Newman are 0 for 9. Bogues and Hawkins are 2 for 11. They're shooting 37%. And they're only 9 down. Will they snap out of this foul? Or are they going to continue where they've lost 4 out of 6? This would make 5 out of 7. They've got to snap to attention here.
Well, Larry Johnson, the last game was 4 of 17. It had 9 points, 0 for 9. And there's the shooting stats you're talking about. Here's the center comparison, too.
Yeah, the center comparison. Mournings getting so many attempts at the basket, mainly because Charlotte is trying to wake everyone up down there. He's the only offensive force that they have other than Del Curry. Mutombo is doing what you expect from a defensive center. 10 rebounds, 6 blocks, and he's forcing everything outside.
Look at the Hornet forwards.
Well, that's what we just got finished saying when you say Larry Johnson and Johnny Newman. Now, you can't blame Newman. He's only played 2 minutes, and he didn't even take a shot. But what about the Nuggets fast break? 13-0. Now, that's an interesting fact because you know that Charlotte wants to play up-tempo basketball. Now, right here, you're going to see Mourning going strong to the basket. One of his very few easy field goal attempts tonight over Mutombo. Now this young man right now is on fire. The first quarter, he came out of there Ballantyne, no points. Muggsy Bogues did a good job. Got it going once Bennett came into the game. Now right now you can see nobody wants to attack the rim, and then when they do force the pass, this is what is happening all game long. 1-on-0, 2-on-0, 3-on-1.
11 points off of Charlotte turnovers in that second quarter, and Denver, who had shot only 32% in that first quarter, came back for 50 for the game, and you see Mourning leading everyone with 17.
Now remember, Charlotte is the third leading field goal percentage team in this league. They are at 50%. You know that they're only shooting 37. You've got to give Mutombo a ton of credit here, because he has everyone looking over their shoulder for him, and it's very seldom that you see a center with 6 shot blocks, but we know he really has 7. All right,
you won't give up, will you? You just don't give up on that. Anyway, here we go. Twice in this game, the Nuggets have led by 9. The Hornets' biggest lead was 4 when they led 36-32.
Inside action, down inside. Good defense that time by Newman.
Dave Muggsy was really in the face of Rauf, and there is another 2 points for Mourning hustling, and now with 19 for the night. Rodney Rogers will take it to the hole. Mourning got a piece of it. Larry Johnson tips it out to Muggsy Bogues. You can see Charlotte very active here as they start the second half, and Johnny Newman.
Wait a second. Didn't we just show them with 0 fast break points? They now have 4. All right.
All of a sudden, this is a different looking Charlotte team. Alan Bristol had something to say, obviously, at halftime.
As poorly as they played, they're only 9 down.
Yep. Tom Hammonds, who had 11 rebounds in the first half, 1 off of his career high. Rodney Rogers. Now, that's what they don't want to do, is go back to that outside shooting again. And that's going to be off of Rogers, and it will be Charlotte's basketball.
Right
Johnny
now,
Newman, who played 2 minutes and didn't score in that first half, got a quick basket here in the second half. Here's Johnny Newman. They dump it inside to Larry Johnson. He's 0 for 10. He's just not pushing off.
No, he's not elevating. He's stepping back. So, you know, there's 0 power in that leg, or what they said, you know, 30% less than what he should have. And the other factor is, Gary, everything is a fadeaway. So he cannot get to the offensive rebound. He is now 0 for 10 from the field.
To go with the 4 for 17 in the last game. So there is some concern for Larry Johnson. Grandmama is not doing very well with that leg. The foul was on Muggsy Bogues. Rauf, excellent free throw shooter. 10:43 to go. Third quarter just underway. A 6-point lead for the Denver Nuggets, who are 4-2 at McNichols Arena this year. They've won 3 in a row here in the Mile High City. Muggsy Bogues pushing the ball up the floor. Gets it outside to Newman. Hawkins was very quiet in that first half of play. He had 1 point, 0 for 4, and there's a foul. Shot by Newman, the foul on Rodney Rogers. That's his second. Well, we talked about some of the games. We had a streak end as we look at the Chevrolet scoreboard. Boston winning again, 114-108 over Portland. Phoenix with a shot by KJ, and Orlando losing to San Antonio at home. Chicago over Miami. Chicago's won 3 in a row, and there's the streak that ended at 15 for Houston as Atlanta won their 10th in a row. And Alonzo Mourning continuing to play hard now with 21 points.
Well, you can see that they're out here now playing with some purpose. I mean, everybody is upgrading. Their movements are much quicker.
Almost thrown away.
Here's what we're starting to see. In the first half, no passes were ever being contested into inside. Right now, they're out and denying the pass. We're going to see a nice strong move here. And then how about the second effort to come in and get the second shot?
Well, he's a warrior, and he will fight you, always battling in there. That was what Alan Bristol told us today. Stiff, a leaner, blocked that time by Hawkins. Out it comes to Newman. Muggsy Bogues tries to track it down, and he'll put one up from the corner, and all of a sudden the Charlotte team now looks very smooth. They've cut it to 3, and we're going to have a timeout called by Charlotte, I should say Denver, a 22nd timeout.
When you get in a situation like this as a coach, you say to your team, look, the reason why they're back in the game, turnovers and long jump shots. We are not getting anything down inside. You say, why does it have to go down inside? Because if you make your strong moves, even if you miss, you have a chance at a second shot. Number two, if you get fouled, you go to the foul line, and it keeps them, you know, at your end of the floor. Now, once again, right here, you're going to see them in the open floor. This is the team that had 0 points on fast break. They now have 8 in fast break opportunities, and we've only played less than 3 minutes in the second half, and here they come again.
They've outscored Denver 8-2 here in this third quarter of play. Cut it to 3, trailing by 9 at half. Alonzo's a block by Mutombo.
That was beautiful because he came around him and took it. Oh, yes.
Tom Hammonds, he's played hard, and he gets a dividend from hustling.
Well, how about the 11 rebounds at halftime?
59-54. Newman has it stripped by Reggie Williams. Williams hustling, comes up with it, and he's fouled by Hawkins. Again, a hustle play by the Denver Nuggets. Let's go back to the block by Dikembe Mutombo and see what happens.
Now just watch as he comes around from the right side. Now just watch. You see this? He just sneaks in around him, knowing how far out he had him from the basket. Boom. Send it home. Strong Tom Hammonds. Hammonds should do everything on the move tonight. The outside jumper is not part of the game. And also, very, very good move by Dan Issel getting Rodgers out of there because everything has been too far out from the basket.
Hey, who's been shooting the ball well is Reggie Williams. He has really given his team a lift. He came off the bench to score 12 points in that first half. Mutombo trying to stop Mourning, and he got a piece of it, but he also committed the foul.
Now, he got him that time on the hand. He did not like the call, but you know what I liked? I liked Mourning's move. He took him strong to the right hand, and then he came back on the reverse, and it's always difficult for a shot-blocking defender. Now, watch as he comes right back in here, but go strong. See, all right, terrific. Why? He went into the basket. If you go away from the basket, Mutombo gets that one with a clean block.
Just think how many times they've gone after each other, working out at Georgetown this summer. Patrick Ewing was there. A lot of the Georgetown players, they say John Thompson watches quite often as he sees his former big players. As now Mourning at the free throw line with 8:49 left to go in the third quarter. The Nuggets with a 61-55 lead. They've led by as many as 9 points as the Nuggets trying to win their 4th straight game at home as Mourning hits that one. Mourning now with 23. Abdul Rauf with Muggsy Bogues. That's one of the matchups we talked about coming into this game.
See, Charlotte comes down the floor and they give you that man-to-man matchup, and then once you start dribbling, they'll come. Oh, that's a definite foul. Come on, Johnny. Been in the league long enough to know you cannot get away with that one. But often Charlotte press, they do it after every foul shot. It's not what we would call a zone press. Anytime that you're pressing with Larry Johnson, you know that you are not going to get a strong trap on the ball. So it's easy to beat.
Hubie Brown with that analysis. I'm Gary Bender. Glad to have you with us now at McNichols Arena. Sold out for the 4th time this year. Stiff, not able to get it. The foul inside, and the foul's going to go on Reggie Williams.
Stiff now is a 4 for 10 in this game. He has a solid game. For a guard, he already has 3 rebounds. He covers every column. He's in the assists. He's in the steals. Even does the turnovers just to show that he's human.
Reggie Williams now with 3 fouls in the game. Mourning got to respect his range from outside. Mutombo out there on him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Power move to the basket. Rebound by Hammonds, and that's 12, and that ties his career high.
See, that's respect. Respect for Mourning's shot blocking ability and rebounding. If that was a rookie, that would have been a foul, and Mourning would have been shooting 2 foul shots. But if you've been noticing, Mourning continues to use that shoulder to get into his chest, but he cannot move it.
That's how quickly Mahmoud Abdul Rauf can load it up and shoot it. That was one motion. 63-56. He has 15 points. Muggsy Bogues tries to take him inside. Mourning will shoot all night. You give him that shot. Reggie Williams with the rebound. I'm impressed with the contribution he has made in this game tonight.
Well, he must come back in and rebound because they're small out there right now with him at that small forward position.
That was a pass, I think.
You stop it. Are you reaching or what?
Anyway,
pass.
Abdul Rauf recovered nicely inside. 65-56, a little spurt here by the Denver Nuggets. Timeout with 7:37 to go in this third quarter of play. We have a 20-second timeout, and so about the time the Hornets looked like they had things going their way, Denver now with good hustle has fought back.
Reggie Williams has come off the bench again, giving him big-time spark. And that was a key move. by Dan Issel to get Rogers out of there quickly, because he definitely did what he did not want him to do, and that is to continue to shoot that jumper. Now right here, that ball is tipped. All right, and then Abdul, yeah, if you're going to tell me that's the pass again, thank goodness that Abdul was going hard and looking for the short pass coming his way.
I'll tell you, not convinced. I don't understand this. And it goes, and a reach over now as Hammond's over the back of Larry Johnson.
When a player tries to post you up in the painted area below the dotted line, you should always front him. Never play behind him, because any player worth a grain of salt that catches the ball will score in your face. Once he goes and posts you in that area, front him. That's a tough pass to make.
And now Dan Issel's elected to take Mutombo out of the lineup. Ryan Williams comes in. Let's see how long they can keep him out of there. Johnson ducking inside. Johnson doesn't get it again. Ryan Williams tries to follow, and we've got a foul. Foul is going to go on Brian Williams.
That's a tough call on Brian. He definitely fouled. But see, he challenged that initial shot. And then he had to land and come back in there. There were no other white shirts who even attempted to go for the rebound. We said in the first half, if you go small with Abdul Rauf, Williams, and Stiff and Williams must come back in there and rebound.
Muggsy now with 7 points in the game. Del Curry, who shot very well in the first half, 11 points, 5 of 8 comes into the game. Oates with his second free throw. 7:12 to go in the third quarter. And Bogue's able to get both of them. Charlotte has lost 4 of their last 6, shooting only 46% in the last 6 games, struggling again with their shooting. Williams looking inside.
Is this great?
Trying to post up on Muggsy. Reggie Williams a lean in, and he got a foul from Johnny Newman. Smart play.
Yes, it was. That was an excellent head fake. Now, right now, we'd like to show you 2 Titans at the post-up battling down inside. Not only of the post-up for Abdul Rauf, but how about Muggsy Bogues fighting him now? See, now what? Look at Muggsy. Muggsy's smart. I'm not going to let you get that pass. I'm going to play you topside, front you, and then out muscle you and put you off the spot. That was excellent post defense.
Abdul Rauf at 6'1" and Muggsy at 5'3". We've got a timeout.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Chevrolet, who reminds you to check out the complete line of rock-solid 1994 Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
Then I am Mr. Gallywikich.
You mean Dr. Galakowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Anti-lock brakes. It's like this little computer keeps your brakes from locking up.
And it helps you to maintain control.
All-wheel drive is if the back wheels are spinning, then the torque or the power goes to the front wheels.
To give you more traction on taking off. The airbag upon impact pops out like a balloon.
Bang!
Push, push, and poof. All these safety features come standard on every Chevy Astro all-wheel drive van for all the best reasons.
Love, that's a big commitment. I mean, there's a lot of phone calls and a lot of arrangements. You got to meet the parents.
Here's Buckley. Whoa! You gotta love it!
I don't want to meet anybody's parents. That's uncomfortable.
Mourning, the shot.
Love. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Start goes baseline. Oh, you gotta love it.
Oh, the NBA. I love this game.
Denver 65, Charlotte 58, and there's John Elway as the Denver Broncos will go out to meet San Diego on their next trip to the West Coast, and they're trying to stay close to the Kansas City Chiefs, who lead them by 1 in the AFC West. Reggie Williams at the line. He has 14 points in the game. We talked about how he had been struggling as far as his shooting is concerned, shooting 40% from the field, 68% from the line. But he has contributed here tonight. 65-58. Reggie had 2 points in the first quarter, 10 in the second, and he has 2 here in the second half of play. 10 points in the second quarter, big as far as Denver was concerned.
Nice trapping now in the backcourt.
Curry to Newman. Brian Williams challenged him, and we're going to have a foul on Brian Williams, a basket counting. Looks like he may have hit him in the forehead as he came across and made contact. That's the third foul on Brian Williams.
So Brian Williams was caught behind a player, and he could not get to his rotation. I thought that the front people of that press did a very nice job. The back people did a poor job. But give a lot of credit to Charlotte because they continued to attack.
Newman, who did not score in the first half, has 5 now in the second half of play. Stiff, who's not shooting the ball well, backs out, ducks inside, takes it to the hole, and he missed it. Out it comes the Muggsy. Dale Curry wanted to pull out, but Hammonds recognized who had the ball and jumped out on him.
That's at least the 4th time that he has been over the rim, laying it down into the basket, and he does not have a score. And it's too bad because he's made some great moves.
He's 4 of 12 from the field as Muggsy Bogues is able to hit. Bogues now in double figures with 10 points.
He has come out smoking. In that first half, Muggsy was 2 for 7. Hawkins 0 for 4, 2 for 11. But Bogues definitely has it together this half.
Now Charlotte, another spurt. They've cut it to 3. Hammonds backing in on LJ. Turn around, dead center. Tom Hammonds starting because LaFonso Ellis has been suspended for this game, and Hammonds has contributed with 12 rebounds and 10 points. Larry Johnson still looking to hit something. He traveled there. He is 0 for 11 shooting. He traveled there, and this is about as much as you're ever going to see this guy struggle.
And they are not double teaming him. All right, anytime that he's out from the basket, they just allow it into a one-on-one situation. You can see the scoring is down from 22 to 18. You can see he has absolutely limited lift in his rebounding.
Alonzo Mournings getting ready to come back in, as is Mutombo for Denver. Reggie Williams running inside, gets it off to Stitt. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Stitt can't get it. Brian Williams tries to follow, and Johnson with the rebound. Curry quickly with the shot. Williams fights for it, can't control it, and it'll be Charlotte's basketball. Good hustle by Williams as he takes somebody with him. Still trying to get up. Good effort again by Brian Williams.
Now this is a great catch and shot. How about that catch? That was off of a bounce pass. Williams, real good hustle. Unfortunately, the ball hit his leg and just scooted away from him.
Well, that's what he's given this team, some physical presence inside. 5 minutes left in the third. The shot missing by Newman. Rebound by Brian Williams. So Mutombo and Williams both in the lineup now for Dan Issel. Mutombo and Mournings have returned to continue their wars inside. Kimby backing in on Alonzo. Almost traveled. Reverse move, and he's fouled. What tenacity that time by Mutombo.
He was fouled, first of all, by the guard who double-teamed him. And then, when he could not get the shot off, you really loved it because he stepped back under. Now, just watch. He gets hit right here from Johnny Newman. All right, now right there, he gets fouled. He did not release anything, and he stepped under. Very strong move. He get fouled both places.
Third foul now on Alonzo Mournings. Mutombo at the line. He has 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 blocks. Mutombo shooting only 53%. Looking ahead Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. The Celtics and Nets. Ron Coolman and Hubie Brown will be there. And Bill Laimbeer, who just announced his retirement, will be in our Atlanta studio. So Mutombo, who's not been a good free throw shooter, got the first one. Well, he gets that ball up high, doesn't he, when he releases it from the free throw line? Got them both.
Well, this is a young team. They're only shooting 70 right at 69.9, 70% on the line. You're hoping that they will improve because when they get in these close ball games in the second half of the year, they need it.
Transition game. Did you see Mutombo get the ball out and then run up the floor?
His court vision is excellent, but then the ability to deliver the pass right on the money.
Fast break points. That's been a big item tonight as far as Denver's concerned. There's that left-handed hook by Alonzo Mournings. He's worked so hard to hone that left hand. He's improved it so much.
That's a line drive shot, Gary.
Robert Pack is coming to the ball game. He saw some action in the first half. So after they cut it to 3, Denver now has a 72-65 lead.
Plenty of time.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Mutombo, that's an awkward area for him to handle the ball. That's not the area he wants to shoot it either. Gaddison with the rebound.
2-on-1.
Muggsy to Newman. And blocked by Mutombo.
Oh, no.
Pack to Williams. And Williams is stripped by Muggsy Bogues. And it's off of Williams and hit him in the knee after Muggsy stripped the ball.
The question mark at that end of the floor was, did that ball hit the backboard before it was blocked? Let's see, now here it comes. He's coming up strong here right now. Oh, sure, that ball hit.
Sure
I mean, from my angle, I honestly thought that it hit, but since no one complained, even at the Charlotte end, I thought maybe I was seeing things.
Newman from outside, not there. Rebound is cleared by Curry. He'll try from his favorite spot in the corner. That's a 2.
You know, guys are looking at Curry. Maybe they think he just joined this team. I'm not so sure. I mean, no one was within 5 to 6 feet of him every time he releases the ball. I think they should understand this guy's one of the premier 6 men that we have in all of basketball.
A pure shooter, and there's a bad shot by Reggie Williams. Didn't even hit anything with that one. Out it comes to Muggsy Bogues. Clear Mourning broken up by Robert Pack. Ryan Stiff will come back at the other end. You wonder if this altitude starting to affect Charlotte a little bit. A lot of running right now. That ball is kicked.
You hate to see lob passes in transition when there's traffic defensively. When you have a young team, we said at the top of the show, Dan Issel has a problem. Shot selection, you have a tendency to play in peaks and valleys.
2 summers, 2 winters, 2 springs, 2 falls.
Tomorrow, the Denver Nuggets will celebrate the opening of their new retail outlet, the Nuggets Sports Gallery in the Cherry Creek Shopping Center, and several players and coaches will be on hand to interact with the fans as they've changed the uniforms here. They had the ugliest uniforms in the NBA, and you'll see guys like Abdul, Rauf, and Dikembe Mutombo there. A lot of excitement here in the Mile High City for this young team, the youngest team in the NBA, and the 4th sellout of the year here tonight.
You know, the guys who wore those ugly uniforms for 9 years made the playoffs, so they thought they were beautiful uniforms, right?
Mutombo said that you can't play well in that uniform. It's so bad. Anyway, there is a reach-in by Gaddison, and with 14 seconds on the shot clock, they'll reset it. Mutombo, by the way, with 8 blocks tonight, even though Hughie didn't agree with one of them. His career high is 11. Look at the difference in shooting. Denver in that second quarter really started to pick it up. 11 seconds. Mutombo had enough time. He didn't need to take that shot. Gaddison with a rebound. Again, the big thing about Mutombo, he's turned the ball over 3.5 times a game. And a lot of times because he gets the ball in the wrong place and he gets very awkward. Mourning backing in, reverse move. Got it.
That was a great move. He shocked Mutombo by not going under the rim. He came up quickly, and he did that with his left hand.
He didn't pull that one this summer, evidently. They never saw that one. Here's Pack taking it inside, trying to force it in. Mutombo tries to get it. Williams has it instead. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter. And now Darrell Mee, a rookie from Western Kentucky, tries one from outside. They feel, should say Darnell Mee, they feel he is a fine shooter. Hasn't been shooting well in the early going, but they like his touch from outside. Eddie Johnson backing in. Pack tries to reach in. Rebound Mutombo. Pretty good defense by Reggie Williams.
Good defense, bad angle by Eddie. Eddie was behind the board.
Boy, has Williams finished well tonight.
See, everything comes on that left side, guy. That's when he goes all the way from the left side of the floor. He'll either take it with his left hand or right hand. But he goes strong. That's what you like about it.
Inside it goes. That'll be goaltending as Eddie Johnson had that deflected by Mutombo.
See, Eddie Johnson, one of the premier 6-man award winners that we've had in this league, you know, is finding it difficult since he's joined this ball club because he's not getting quality playing time.
Inconsistent minutes, and says they have a log jam in that number 3 spot on the team. That's right now going to have to work itself out.
Well, you think you have Newman, you have Eddie Johnson, you have Burrell, and then Bristow said today they'd like maybe to move Larry Johnson's over there in key situations and go big.
They cut it to 3 again, Charlotte has. Last time they got it to 3, and then Denver answered and bumped it back up. And now with 49 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, here comes Charlotte. Johnson up to Mourning, and Mourning traveled.
Oh, my, yes. Mourning very upset. He felt that he was pushed from the rear, and that's what caused the travel. He kind of in disbelief.
He's looking at you, Hubie, for an explanation of this. You saw that anguish on his face.
No, you see, we can't acknowledge anything because then they'll be blaming us for everything. Now, just watch as this is right back now to Mourning here. All right, now here's where he felt. He felt he was pushed first by Mutombo with that left arm right on his hip.
Turnovers are even now at 10.
Tell him to call over here again.
I will. Okay. Whoa, Abdul Rauf, who's been very quiet in this third quarter. He had that brilliant second quarter, and that, with 35.1 seconds left, makes it a 77-71 lead here in the third quarter. Timeout is called. Alan Bristol really upset at that last development there. He is hot. Denver's 2 of 4 from three-point land. Charlotte is 0 for 8 tonight from that area.
Yeah, but, you know, as you look over the season here, you say Charlotte 0 for 8. Well, that is a big story. This is a team that takes 10 a game. They are 6th in three-point shooting at 35%. Tonight they cannot throw it in the ocean. The guys at the other end of the floor only take 6 a game. They only shoot 26%, and they're making it like they're Cleveland.
We have a full timeout. We'll be back.
This holiday season, more people will trust Napa to keep their vehicles running and to give them the savings they're looking for.
Charlotte is closer than 3, only to see the Nuggets surge again, and they've just done it again. Abdul Rauf with that three-pointer now has 20 points in the game. 77-71 as we have 35 seconds left in the third. Pressure defense now by Pack all over Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy negates the pressure quickly.
Yes, he does. And he's going to take it inside. Hammond's blocked it. He got a piece of it.
You get it out here, you've got numbers.
Pack hustles up. This is what he does well, is push it up. Reggie Williams from outside, not there. Johnson to the rebound. Back they go the other way.
Read the clock. Read the clock. 11 seconds.
Last shot now of this third quarter. Up it comes to Curry. They didn't get a very good shot on that. 2-point attempt, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Abdul Rauf had 11 points in the second quarter and has come back with 9 here in the third. And it's a 77-71 lead for the Denver Nuggets here in the Mile High City. 71. Denver leading the Charlotte Hornets as we go to quarter number 4. In that first half, Charlotte got an outstanding production from their bench. They had 24 points, but they had only 4 points from the bench in that third quarter of play.
Remember, Charlotte came into this game tonight as the second leading scoring team in the league at 112 points a game. Third leading shot percent team at 50%. And the guy on the line is averaging 18 at basket. But what you like, though, is that anytime they have double team Larry Johnson, he's passed out quickly to a free man.
Eddie Johnson hit that one prior to that shot. Charlotte shooting 38%, Denver 39. Cutting Me inside, and he's fouled. Darnell Mee ducked inside. Now, Darnell Mee was actually drafted by Golden State, and then he was traded for Josh Grant. Played at Western Kentucky, and he's averaged 5 points in the last 4 games.
He's in an awkward, he's in an awkward situation here right now because they want to play Abdul. They want to play him. They want to give Reggie Williams also time back there. You have Stith, who they honestly think is going to be a star player for them down the line. Now Robert Pack is back, so this young man is their 4th guard.
Well, Mee gets both of those. 79-73. Tony Bennett now in the backcourt. He saw some limited minutes in the first half. In it goes to Larry Johnson, and he's hit his first shot of the ball game. He was 0 for 11 prior to that one.
That's the first time, though, that he has gone what we would call strong to the hole.
Very strong. 79-75 Denver, just underway in this 4th quarter. They double on Mutombo.
So you don't have to double him. Force him when he catches it that far out to make a move.
Very awkward there, but they get a shot underway by Pack. Hustle by Stith, saves it to Hammonds, and then Hammonds is fouled by Eddie Johnson. But Stith was the guy who went flying through there and kept that one alive.
right now. He got hit right in the face, Stiff, when he went in there. Stiff is very, very quick.
Yes, he is. He's got a 6'5", 208-pound body, too. Second-year man out of Virginia, all-time leading scorer for the Cavaliers.
The thing I like about him is the elevation when he attacks the rim.
He comes in the corner.
Nice pass.
Mutombo to Pack wide open.
He's got to make those.
Yep, and that's what he worked on while he hadn't signed, was his outside shot. That'll help his confidence.
Oh, well, because he's dangerous once he makes that catch and you're running at him. If he ever starts making the shots, because when you run strong, he can blow right by you.
Former USC player. Portland originally. Tony Bennett ducking in, 3 seconds on the shot clock. With 2, it's tipped out of bounds. So Charlotte with 2 on the shot clock. Go back to Pack's shot.
Now this is a beautiful pass by Stiff into the big fella who finds Pack. Blew that one right down. Remember, Pack, Minor, and Williams were all together at USC.
Also, Dwayne Cooper, who's now with the Phoenix Suns. Here's Larry Johnson as the shot clock expires, and Mutombo at 7-2, way up for that one.
Dwayne Cooper was the MVP.
And there is Stiff, and Stiff, Stiff has not shot the ball well. He is now 6 of 15, but he never quits hustling.
He is out filling that outside lane on every fast break. You can count on him being there.
Eddie Johnson leaning in against Stiff, gets the roll.
What a tough shot.
Eddie Johnson can be so good with a hand in the face. I think sometimes he thrives on that kind of pressure. 83-77, Denver. 9.5 minutes left in the game. Pack will go inside, and Johnson tried to challenge him, and Pack exploded up in the air.
Give him his due. He is blown by Bugsy Bogues now 4 times off the dribble, and has either scored or dropped it off for an easy layup by one of the front court players.
Into Eddie Johnson, he backs Stiff inside and retrieves his own errant ball. Out it comes now in the corner.
Shoot it.
Johnson with 5 seconds on the shot clock, and Hammonds continues to build his career high in rebounds. Stiff again from outside. That shot just isn't going outside, but he's done everything else well.
Bugsy will keep the pressure on you. It's up to the other 4 guys to continue forcing. Gaddison is really laboring. He has the lower back problem. We said the back problems, and also you can see he is really sucking wind there.
Well, this altitude will do it. Bugsy Bogues buries one from outside. A moment ago, Hammonds had his 15th rebound. The most he'd ever had in a game prior to tonight was 11. 6-point lead now for the Nuggets. Pressure from Bugsy Bogues. Pack nice. Out of control, but he got it off. It looked like he's going to lose that, and he made the pass anyway.
Good point. Because Bugsy Bogues gets a piece of it, but then the quick hands of Pack to come out of this. Now remember, he's only practiced 1 day with this ball club, and he's made a very, very big contribution. Now just watch how he blows by Bugsy and the rotating defenders and takes it in. I like the fact that he's a little cocky there because it looked like he thought he was going to dunk it. All right.
Well, he can lead. That's the 3rd team foul against the Hornets. A foul going on Eddie Johnson. Hammonds at the line. Think about this team. You get a good performance from Hammonds. You get LaFonso Ellis back for the next game, and they are building a team that's going to get better. I'm Gary Bender along with Hubie Brown as we now have in this game 8:24 remaining. The Nuggets leading 85-79 over the Charlotte Hornets. Their first meeting of the year.
Now Denver's last 3 draft picks, last 3 drafts, Mutombo, Ellis, Rogers, Stiff. The only one that they had to move was Macon, but they have 4 quality players there.
And it goes to Mourning. Mourning, the little jump hook, got it.
You know, Gary, I have never seen a guy shoot the ball on a line like he does. Left-handed and right-handed, but when the ball hits the rim, it magically rebounds back into the basket.
Look at Pack take it inside again. 2 shots coming as he goes inside, and Pack
gave the basket.
Yes, they're going to give him the basket. Goaltending, so he has a chance for a 3-point play. And again, you mentioned Pack practiced for the first time yesterday. He had a bitter contract holdout, and they're glad to have him in the fold.
Well, you can see him going right by them again, and he takes it. The thing I like about him is that he has the explosiveness to go by you. But then the key quality is, can you make the pass and score? And you can see tonight he can finish, and then he can make the pass into traffic.
That was the 4th foul on Alonzo Mournings. Eddie Johnson also has 4 fouls in this game, and the Hornets have 4 in this period. The Nuggets have not committed a foul in this period. Shot by Curry. Rebound by Hammonds. Now with 16. Abdul Rauf gets it off to Pack. Boy, what an addition he is. He's come in and really played some solid minutes for this team. Ducks inside.
There it is.
Creates it. And Mutombo puts it away. That is impressive, and Alan Bristol calls timeout.
I hope Mutombo is taking him to dinner tonight after this game. I mean, Mutombo has 3 dunks, 3 penetrations by Pack. Mutombo's man leaves. Pack goes to Mutombo goes to the front of the rim, and Pack unselfishly has given him 3 dunks.
The Pack man is back. 91-81. Timeout called by the Charlotte Hornets. Boy in the paint as we take a look at the rebounds and the center comparisons.
Look at the offensive rebounding. That has been an Achilles heel last year for the Hornets. They gave up 17 a game. Already a poor offensive rebounding team has 17 already and could get over 20 in this game. In a center comparison, forget the points because, like we said, Mutombo doesn't get as many shots. But look at the rebounding and the shot blocking.
Watch this shot by Mutombo.
This is a great move by Pack. Look at this. Watch how he takes the trap. Beautiful.
He has 14 points and 14 rebounds, and that's a charge on Mournings. That's 5 on him. That's his 5th foul.
And how about the fact that Hammonds rotated over to help Mutombo with Mournings off the dribble.
Mutombo in the 2 previous games had 31 points, 30 rebounds, and 14 blocks. So what's he got tonight? 14 rebounds. I said 14 points. He has 12 points. So he has consistently provided those numbers the last 3 games. All at home. Mutombo, 7-2, looks up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Abdul for that quick release. He has 22 points in the game.
You know it's going your way when a guy makes a catch in a split position, elevates straight up and the ball comes in.
Curry tries to take it home. Mournings got to be careful. He's got 5 fouls. He tries to horse it in with a loose ball foul. It's going to go on Hammonds, but Mournings with 5 fouls was climbing over the back trying to come up with that offensive board.
Alan Bristow is saying right now, listen, I can't help it. He's got to stay in this game and go strong. Now watch this difficult catch. He split and he just, boom, right up in your face. That's very difficult to do.
Look at Hammonds front the guy, come up with a steal on Larry Johnson. Hammonds has done it all tonight. 16 points, 11 points. 16 rebounds, 11 points. Out it comes to Mutombo. 6:23 left in the game. 94-81. Back door.
Curry tried to deny the pass. He did an excellent job on 2 occasions, but then Pack just fake coming out. Beautiful backdoor cut.
And Mutombo seeing it very well with a good vision. Larry Johnson to Mournings, and he's fouled. Again, Larry Johnson not exploding. He has 2 points tonight. He is 1 of 13 from the field.
Well, you can see the frustration on the faces of the Charlotte player. Here's your backdoor move. Just a great. You see that this is a player using his head tonight, taking advantage of his great dribble quickness and also changing directions without the ball.
Denver in this game has 21 points off of turnovers. As Pack goes down to sit for a while, the job well done. Reggie Williams is into the lineup. So Pack in his first appearance has come in and he has earned that new contract that he just signed.
But Dan Issel has done a very good job this evening in rotating his guards and giving them blows in short spurts. He milks them. They do a good job, and then he takes them out as soon as he sees them huffing and puffing just a little bit, rotates Williams back in or stiff Abdul, and then also Pack. He's done a terrific job in keeping the pressure on the perimeter people of Charlotte.
And he looks like he's enjoying it. As you saw that shot of
he's
go up
enjoying it
Issel.
because he's winning. I mean,
that's the only time you do, right?
What did he tell you today? That's the one thing you learn.
Can't sleep at night.
There you go. And then the more games you win, it gets tougher.
Hammonds down the middle, blocked that time by Mournings. Mutombo will kick it back out. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Stiff trying to shake. Hawkins off to Hammonds. That shot won't go. Rebound by Mourning. Out it comes to Muggsy Bogues. Larry Johnson with only 2 points shooting from outside. Now 1 of 14. Both he and Hawkins have not contributed offensively to Charlotte tonight. Reggie Williams will hold it up. Wise move. Abdul Rauf outside. He misses this three. And Hershey Hawkins goes up, but he's fouled by Tom Hammonds.
Where we're sitting here, we're sitting right next to the courtside season ticket holders. The one fellow says to the other fellow, you know, right now, we're up 14, except we have to be careful. We're taking some bad shots, and there's still plenty of time left in this game.
You know, why don't you just let him sit here and take over?
I should switch your headset on. That's because right. That was a very interesting observation.
I think it is, and so are you going to give that guy credit or what?
Of course I did.
Okay, you didn't call him by name. Here's Johnson ducking inside. Mutombo over there along with Hammonds. It'll be Dikembe with only his second foul, which I think is remarkable for as aggressive as he's played tonight.
That goes by the referees. And by that I mean, if the crew is consistent, which they have been tonight, many nights he would have been sitting on the bench in foul trouble with all those collisions that he had with Mourning in the first half, where Mourning would take him off the dribble and drop that shoulder right in his chest.
Looks like Muggsy's had some problems with his leg. He's out of the lineup now. Tony Bennett replaces him. You know, Larry Johnson is only shooting 59% from the free throw. And I asked the question of Bristol. He thinks the fatigue factor has affected that free throw shooting because he's been a good free throw shooter the previous 2 years. Abdul, does he get rid of it? 98-83, and this Denver team is playing remarkably well. Rauf now with 25 points. Curry from outside. Rebound by Mutombo.
They should push. Just push. Just push. If it's not there, back it out, then set it up.
Reggie Williams tries to bank it off the glass. Rebound by Hershey Hawkins. Boy, Hawkins has been quiet in this game. He has 1 point. He's 0 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, but you notice you said the key thing. He's only had 4 shots.
Yeah. Mourning playing with those 5 fouls with a spin move. 98-85.
Remember, every young team, and you have a lead. Anytime the opposition shoots and misses or you get transition, push it hard, and then you don't have to back it out and run the clock. If they score, take your time.
Yeah, and there's Curry scoring. That was an ill-advised shot by Abdul Rauf, and Dan Issel thought that Mahmoud was fouled, but he will not get it.
He wanted the foul that time. He thought that he was hit.
98-87. So now Charlotte with their last push in this game.
Driving this.
We'd like to show you Alonzo Mourning, who is really giving his all here. There's that bump with the lead shoulder as he scores. Now just watch. You can see him. See, he's huffing and puffing right now. He has had 5 fouls with 8 minutes to go, but he doesn't find the intensity. He's working extremely hard. Unfortunately for him, they cannot seem to find a chemistry of 5 guys who can get the job done for them, not only scoring-wise, but defensively.
There's a timeout situation. By the way, the 32 points tonight for Alonzo is a season high. Highest he'd had was 28 prior to the night. To go with those 20 or 32 points, he also had 9 rebounds, as we now have in this game 3:54 left to go.
Yeah, Pack's back in the ballgame. Good move by Dan.
Robert Pack explodes, and Mourning rejects.
You better shoot it.
4 seconds on the shot clock, and Hawkins has it tipped away. Hustle again inside. Look at that pass. Mutombo couldn't come up with it. That was a bullet, and it's going to be off of Charlotte.
I get a break there. First of all, you don't want to thread a needle and get a possible. How about that if the referee goes the other way? Now, this is a great block by Mourning, but then again, Mourning is the 6th leading shot blocker in the league and averages over 3 a game.
And it comes to Mutombo. These 2 Giants have really played hard in this game. Mutombo sweeping hook. Rebound is cleared by Curry. 98-87.
Charlotte needs a key shot here.
Curry with a 3. I think that's key. Would you call that one a key?
Right back in this.
Yes, they are. They're down by 8. Curry, his first 3 of the night.
See, when you have a young team and you do not have a superstar scorer, you know that you don't like to play half-court sets because it puts a prime thing on them that they have to execute perfectly to get the high percentage shot.
That That was the first three for Charlotte, not just for Curry. Hammonds. Again, they're not using good judgment right now, taking some difficult shots. Tony Bennett on the move. 2:50 left in the game. Crowd getting a little anxious now. Nice
move.
Crossover move by Hawkins, rejected by Mutombo again.
That was a late. Now you have to go strong. There it is.
And Pack will do that.
That's right. That was an incredible block by Mutombo because he came from the foul line opposite to get that block.
Wow. He now has 9 blocks. Outside, tough shot by Curry as he tries a 3. Pack with a rebound. That block push, Mutombo may have ended this thing.
They should push and look for the easy shot. If you don't have it, back it out and then run your time.
Charlotte 1 of 11 on 3s now. Here is Williams. Has to kind of hog-tie that one out of there. It's going to be deflected off of Larry Johnson, and Denver will have it as now Bryant Stiff will come back into the Denver lineup. Let's go back to that block by Dikembe.
Now Hersey Hawkins beats his man. Watch from the left side of your screen. He's not even in the play. He came from above the foul line outside of the painted area to get that.
Boy, the good shot blockers, they scare you sometimes, don't they, where they can come from. Here's Mutombo at the other end. He'll get it, and he's fouled. That was a strong move. Dikembe Mutombo has played a whale of a game here tonight.
Remember what Dan Issel said. You want to end up the season playing strong, but you have to impress on young guys that we want a great one-loss record at home.
Look at these numbers.
Yeah, well, tonight, Mourning definitely has the points, but then again, he's had so many shot attempts. But the other guy has ruled the defensive end of the floor.
And how many shots did he change that doesn't go in that statistical category? 12-point lead now. Out to Curry. 1:51 left in the game. Curry to Mourning. Mourning powers to the hole. Got it. He went right over Tom Hammonds that time.
This is a sellout crowd tonight, the 4th in 7 games. Dan Issel made a big point to us today, and that was that usually when the Broncos are in season, even when we had great teams here, we never had 4 sellouts in the first 7 games.
Issel's number 44 retired. When he left, he was the all-time leading scorer for the Nuggets. Alex English eventually broke it up. Hawkins on the steal. Curry with a 3. They're now 1 of 12 from three-point land. Just not there tonight for Charlotte.
Remember what we told you. They take 10 a game. They are right there, 6th in three-point shooting at 35%. They have not been able to throw it in the ocean in 2-point shots, 3-point attempts, but give Denver their due. Yep. They just out-hustle them tonight.
Abdul Rauf had 1 kick out. That kind of surprised him. Curry's put up the ball 19 times in this game and hit only 8. Look at Pack go flying by. Tony Bennett somehow retrieves it, saves it, off to Mourning, and Mourning, a running one-hander, a left-hander, it's there.
Off the wrong foot.
36 points. He hasn't quit, has he? He is a warrior. 102-94. This has been a very entertaining game. It started out terrible shooting, but great effort all 4 quarters. Look at this. Pack inside. Blocked by Mourning. He came from behind to get that.
He is so quick off the dribble. What an addition to this club.
The shot clock expired before Abdul Rauf got that one underway. What happened, I think, they said the ball did not hit the rim earlier on that block. So the shot clock did not reset. By Mourning, by the way, that was his 6th block of the night. And look at Alonzo Mourning. He is gasping for air here in the Mile High City. We'll be back.
Sure, you've got a car.
Denver looking to even their record at 7-7 and win their 4th straight at McNichols Arena. On the other hand, Charlotte in danger, losing 3 in a row and 4 in a row on the road.
And 5 of their last 7. And they still have some very difficult road games to go after tonight.
That's right. They're at Utah tomorrow night. Then they go to Houston on Tuesday. Tonight, the start of a 3-game, 5-day Western road trip for the Charlotte Hornets. And we're going to have a foul called on Hersey Hawkins. It's not been a good night for this guy. Hawkins with 1 point, 0 for 5 from the field.
Issel doing offense-defense with me and Abdul Rauf right now, okay? And what he's saying is me, you're in here defensively, with Abdul being a 94% foul shooter. I want him out here now in case of the fouls. It's like automatic.
Well, Ron Ellis has checked in for the first time. He was playing in Italy last year. He was a guy who started his career at Kentucky, transferred to Syracuse, a free agent they've signed. He's in the lineup, and they feel like he can really help this team. Here's Pack on the hustle and in our lap, and that's not to be surprising because Pack has hustled like this all night long. Boy, I like the way this guy has come in on the first game of the year.
Oh, it gives them now 3 guards of quality. And when you think about it, then your 4th guard can be me, and then you still can use Reggie Williams as a small forward or a second guard.
37.5 seconds. Tony Bennett needs to get one underway, and it gets off to LaRon Ellis. Outside to Curry. Curry in trouble. Had to get it off to Bennett. Bennett tries one. It won't go. And Mutombo with another rebound. He now has 18 for the night.
He is a great defensive center. The shot blocking, the intimidation, the rebounding. But he's just got to understand his range down inside, Gary. You brought it out a number of times tonight. Sometimes he takes the hook. He's a little too far out in the basket.
Where he gets the ball makes a big difference. I saw him play a week ago. This is entirely different Mutombo. He is a force defensively.
Are the fans loving this?
Oh, they're up applauding.
It's great. Getting
18 rebounds for Mutombo, 14 points. Leading scorer Abdul Rauf with 25, 17 from Reggie Williams, and we come to the end of this. And Dan Issel has to be pleased with this young team. And he's talking to Tom Hammonds, who replaced Alfonso Ellis because he's suspended. And Hammonds had a total in this ball game of 17 rebounds and 11 points.
Oh, he had an outstanding game. And what you're doing now is you're going to get a guy, you know, who is going to play with a lot more confidence because he knows that Issel will play him now anytime that Ellis gets in foul trouble.
Our Budweiser player of the game, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, who had a brilliant game of 25 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and he was the guy that really got this team started in the second quarter when he was able to score a total of 12 points. And Mahmoud, I'm going to tell you, you really get that shot off in a hurry. It was fun to watch you. You were shooting with such confidence in the second quarter.
Yeah, well, they just got me off early. First quarter, I couldn't do too much, but I was being passive, so I wanted to come out being aggressive, and fortunately things was happening.
I was very impressed with this team tonight. You're so young, but the effort, when you weren't shooting well early, you guys kept hustling.
Yes, exactly. That's what we've been doing. We weren't doing it early in the season, but we've been doing that lately and being aggressive. And it's like I've been telling them all along, we must keep that consistency. And it seems like we're doing it now. We just got to continue to do that.
Now, for the confidence of the ball club, and especially for you, a good spot-up shooter, Robert Pack's addition, what does he do for the club?
He does a lot. He's a great penetrator. He gets guys into the game. He picks the tempo up. And I'm just happy to have him back because without him, we were struggling. And now when I'm out the game, he's able to come in and push it and get guys involved more.
Now, you were here in the bad times, the 20 wins, 24 wins. Now you're here in the good times with optimism. Where's the big change?
Well, I think the big change is, first, the coaching staff has given us so much confidence, given us so much freedom, and we feel that if we go out and hustle, they're going to give us time, and guys want to work for people like that. And also, our attitude is much better. We know that we're going to help each other out. We want to win this year like never before, and we're being more aggressive, and we're showing that, and I think that's the difference.
Mahmoud, let me ask you this, though, before we get away. How can you translate this game on the road? That's what you guys somehow have got to do.
Yeah, I think our main problem when we get on the road, sometimes we may get comfortable. We have to be aggressive. Like I said, we have to keep that consistency and that balance. If we have 4 guys coming out and 1 guy not, we don't have the balance. So if we just stay aggressive and keep executing our plays, and pushing the ball up the floor, we'll do some things.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
thank you.
Great night tonight.
Yes, sir.
Let's shoot the basketball.
4th in a row here at McNichols Arena. It's been very friendly to the Denver Nuggets. 102-94. Let's go to Atlanta, and here is Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Gary. Folks, you can catch all the highlights of the night's games on Inside the NBA coming up in just a few minutes. I can run down the scores for you on this 7-game night, beginning with Game 1 of our doubleheader. The San Antonio Spurs traveling to Orlando and picking up their 7th straight win. David Robinson a triple-double, 23, 11, and 10, as they beat Orlando by 10. Boston a 114-108 winner over Portland. Phoenix and New Jersey, that one went to the Suns 104-103 as Kevin Johnson hit a late bucket. Chicago 104-99 over the Miami Heat. Chicago was in trouble after leading big and came back and won that thing 104-99. Milwaukee gets a Ken Norman three-pointer late to beat Dallas 107-106. The Atlanta Hawks 133-111 over the Houston Rockets, who lose for the first time after winning 15 straight. And the Hawks over 100, the first time anybody's done that against the Rockets this year. It is from that game which comes our finishing touch, one of the most acrobatic plays of the night. Watch Craig Elo of the Hawks with a great save and Adam Keefe with an equally great save. And there's Dominique Wilkins to jam it down for 2 of his 27 points as Atlanta wins that one big and snaps the Rockets' winning streak. So the record books will show that the Houston Rockets and the Washington Capitals have the record now for fastest getaways in NBA history at 15-0. And our vast research department, otherwise known as Tom and Spanky, informed me that the Indianapolis Jets were the team that kept Washington from going 16-0 when they beat them on December 7th, 94-78 in 1948. The only guys who knew that were Bender and Brown. They called that game, I believe, and we'll send it back to them right after this.
So many people trying to figure so many ways to rip you off now that it's very hard by yourself to counter all these things.
Citibank called one night at 7 o'clock. Apparently someone had bought 9 tickets to Vegas, gambled, and invited 9 of their best friends.
That's why, having somebody watch your back is good.
Citibank realized that I'd not made those charges, and it got taken care of.
It just makes you feel like you have an ally out there.
Just a few of the many people who rely on the security of not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
When you're 180 with 4.5 speed, the last thing you want is to run into somebody 260 with 4.5 speed. Madden NFL 94 for Sega Genesis and Super NES. 80 teams and bigger, faster players to leave chasing your caboose. If it's in the game, EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's never fun to eat and run, to rush and eat too fast, 'cause you know it's gonna catch up with you at last.
For acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, nothing's faster than Alka-Seltzer.
Get yourself some Alka-Seltzer and you'll feel better fast.
Skill FlexiCharge cordless tools all share the same battery pack. So when you need a recharge, they keep on working. The FlexiCharge interchangeable power system from Skill.
Hey, up in Watertown, Wisconsin, here's what makes Ace the place.
Our better ideas.
Right now, a 3-pound Golden Flame Fire Log for just 69 cents. Plus, choose from these Ace Professional hand tools, only $4.99.
Hey, Ace is America's place for better ideas.
It's a lot to keep your hands on. It's Mode 7 court rotation and Monster Jams. It's NCAA basketball, part of the Super NES Sports Network, and it's in a league of its own.
The NBA on TNT has been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you to please drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. And by and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? It's more than a question, it's an answer.
Denver 102, the Charlotte Hornets 94. As you look at some of the numbers that come out and really jump out at you. LJ 1 of 14, he had 2 points. Look at the 2 centers though. Mourning 36 points, 10 rebounds. Mutombo 14 and 18, and the Denver Nuggets out rebounded Charlotte. He'll be a final thought from you.
Well, the Achilles heel of Charlotte killed them this evening. 21 offensive rebounds by Denver. Also, Pack and Williams off the bench, double figures, but Pack picks up 7 assists. Now, when you look at the front court scoring of Charlotte, Larry Johnson and Newman, the starters, 3 for 19. Now, we're talking about a team that's shooting 50%. You can understand a few guys having a bad game, but Mutombo was the only guy who played to his potential tonight for Denver, but Mourning was the only guy who got it done at his fullest potential at the Charlotte end.
Well, we mentioned Johnson was 1 for 14. He was 4 for 17 in the previous game. Really struggling with that leg. So looking ahead on Tuesday, our next game on the NBA action, the Boston Celtics taking on the New Jersey Nets. Coming up next on TNT is Inside the NBA with Vince Cellini and Fred Hickman. So for Hubie Brown, I'm Gary Bender saying good night from